coordinator of spiritual directors for the Well-Being of Pastors initiative. Spiritual direction is an ancient form of pastoral care that focuses on your own relationship with God. Spiritual direction creates a space for you to become more God-aware, self-aware, and more discerning. You can become more God-aware as you pause and take time to notice, how is God moving in the ordinary events of your everyday life and ministry? How is He communicating in this season of where you are? And what are the ways that He might be reaching out to you, that you might feel unconditionally loved and know your true identity in Him?
I'm a big fan of spiritual direction. It's been a game changer for me. I didn't even know for the first 50 years of my life that you could have these kinds of conversations with somebody in a safe, compassionate, non-judgmental space where you could explore the deep questions that you're wrestling with that you might even be afraid to say out loud.
Spiritual direction moved away all the clutter in my life so I could see and hear God.
Well, it's been really life-giving for me to have someone sit with me, listen to my story, journey with me through a lot of different situations, a lot of crazy ups and downs and stuff. And, you know, I've been a disciple of Jesus for over 40 years, but I can say without a doubt that for me, I've grown more, I've developed a deeper relationship with God, and I've had more transformation in my life in the past 8 years since I've been involved with spiritual direction than I had in the 35 years combined up to that point.
Spiritual direction for me is a prayerful conversation in which two people sit down and ask the Holy Spirit to come and kind of reveal where God is in the person's life. And maybe begin to explore some of the deeper desires that they have. Maybe listening for God in terms of a transition that they're going through. Paying attention to where they feel freedom, where they don't feel freedom. Maybe what the invitations of God are and what responding to those invitations might look like.
Spiritual directors create a place for you to regularly come to for gaining insight through a Holy Spirit-led process of self-discovery.
It's a slow, gentle, sacred hour where you're meeting with somebody that listens to you and listens to God with you, and where you're paying attention to what's going on with you inside and what God is saying or doing in your life.
So I really do love being able to create and hold that space for pastors more than anybody else, because I think, I mean, let's face it, it can be really, really hard as a pastor to find the person that you can talk to about the deep things of your soul without them trying to fix you or correct you.
Spiritual directors will pray with you to see what the Father is doing, as Jesus talked about in John 5:19. But we will not only look for what God is doing in a single moment, but over the months and seasons in your life. Discovery comes as you give voice to your own experiences, your joys and sorrows and disappointments, the questions, the longings, the deeper desires, voicing all of this in your conversation with your spiritual director and with God. We call this a conversation of three. Sometimes your spiritual director will ask you questions to draw out what you are holding and what you are sensing in your inner being. Sometimes your spiritual director will punctuate the conversation with silence so that you might better access what you are feeling and thinking and sensing. Your spiritual director will be your companion on your own journey of spiritual formation.
It's a place to be listened to with love and compassion and intention. It is co-discernment So there's listening and asking questions that help people identify where is God's grace active in their life, because God's always at work, but sometimes we need a friend to help us see where he's at work.
I think for me, it just is that place where I know someone's on my corner and they don't judge me when I tell them how I feel about ministry or about God or anything, and they just understand. And they're just walking me through it. They're not counseling or telling me what to do, but they ask really good questions and observations to help me get cleared up of what's really in my heart.
I like pictures, and so the picture I get is all of us, you know, individuals. We drive, and we are driving, and we're in the driver's seat, and we're paying attention, hopefully, to the things in front of us, the important things. But as a spiritual director, it's like being a passenger on that journey with you that can help you note the peripheral, the things that are there that you may not notice. So with good listening, good questions, it's a companion. It's a companionship along your walk with Jesus.
You know, this is about you finding your way, your path. You know, and you're looking for the road signs, but sometimes it just helps to have someone looking with you.
You might explore different ways of prayer that give energy to your devotional life. And you might find yourself becoming more discerning and better prepared to make those crucial decisions as they crop up.
As leaders and as pastors, we are giving out all the time. And the people that are neglected the most is ourselves. And I think it's a brave, courageous move to say, I'm going to take care of myself. Because the only thing that we have to give is ourselves, and our whole selves, and our healthy selves. And something like the Lily Grant retreats, where you are exposed to all types of practices and tools for your wellness, is a huge investment, not only in you, but in the kingdom. And whether it's the coaching, whether it's the spiritual direction, all of these work together for your well-being.